Hi everyone, this is Dimitris from Structural Details. Today I will talk about discontinued columns, what is allowed and what not according to design codes and common practices. So subscribe, turn on notifications and let's get started. A discontinued column is a column that is not supported directly onto the foundation, but rather onto a primary beam at a higher level. This is allowed under certain conditions, but design codes stress the fact that they should be avoided if possible. And this brings us to the first rule. Try to avoid discontinued columns if not 100% necessary. And the reason is, if the primary beam fails, then the whole structure will collapse. Our second rule is that discontinued columns are only allowed on primary beams. Primary beams, marked here with a solid blue color, are beams that have both of their sides directly supported onto columns or walls. Secondary beams, which I've marked with a lighter blue color, are beams that have either one or both of their sides supported onto other beams rather than on columns. Discontinued columns on secondary beams are not allowed, thus the red color. So discontinued columns are only allowed on primary beams. The third rule is no shear walls or large columns are allowed to be discontinued. Due to the large size, weight and loads shear walls transfer, it will make it impossible for the beam to carry those loads. So shear walls are not allowed at any point to be discontinued. They must be supported directly onto the foundation. And this brings us to the fourth and last rule. No eccentricity. The column's axis and the primary beam's axis must coincide at all times. Otherwise, if the column is supported eccentrically onto the primary beam, this will create unfavourable torsional loads onto the beam. So no eccentricity is allowed. So to summarize, discontinued columns are only allowed under these conditions. Try to avoid if possible. They are only allowed on primary beams. No shear walls are allowed and no eccentricity on the beams. But the most important is try to avoid. Thank you for watching.